while this is really cool and would be a nice little box for something, I'm no longer keeping a nice little box for something that I'm probably never going to use. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. Today, I'm in my basement again, and I'm going to look for some stuff that I can declutter down here. If you've got something that you want to declutter around your house, grab your stuff and come on, and we'll do this together. Aww. Pumpkin wants to help. As soon as I started doing my intro, this is what happens. He snuck up from behind. Yeah, he's my bubby, aren't you? As you know, if you've been watching my channel, I have been going through my basement, doing a little at a time because my whole basement needs to be decluttered, and I have been focusing mainly on this room for the time being. I've made a lot of progress, but I still have a lot of stuff to go through, even just to get through round one. For now, I am going to get started over here in this cabinet. Now, I have 3 of these cabinets in this room, and all 3 were crammed full of fabric, and I have already let go of most of it. But when I was putting some things away the other day, I noticed that I still have a lot of fabric in here. I did keep some on purpose because I kind of have a little sewing project in mind that I want to do, but I ain't going to do all this. There's no way I'm going to do all this. All of these shelves in these 3 cabinets were crammed as full as this, as more. I mean, they were just crammed full of fabric, and I have let go of almost all of it at this point. And today, it's time to go through it and let go of some more. I allowed myself 1 shelf in this cabinet to keep the fabrics for possible future projects that I will do with my sewing, and that's it. So all of it fit nicely into that shelf, and the rest of this is going to go. I had some velvet fabrics and some sort of silky, satiny type fabrics. Those were from back when I used to cross stitch, and one year I made a bunch of stockings for my family and some friends for Christmas. And I made them so that they had velvet backings, and the linings were the satiny silky stuff, and they had some very pretty cording on them. So they were very elegant, but I don't have a project to use those for. I also still had some things from when I used to do doll clothes and crafting, but I'm not doing that stuff anymore either. So I'm just going to go ahead and let all of this go. Like I said, I've already let go of most of my fabric. This is just what I had left. And so it's time for me to go ahead and say goodbye to my lovely velvets. These are not real velvet. These are like velveteen, I guess you would call it. But it's so hard to let go of velvets because they're so soft. All of the fabric that I gathered and I am letting go of fit into these 3 boxes. And then I had this bag and a zipper. It looks like I have gotten most of the stuff that's kind of sitting out on the floor. I've gone through it at least once, except for this stuff here and this stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can find some of this stuff that we can let go of. Alright, so this box had a lot of Tupperware things in it, and when I put them down here, I had already been letting go of a lot of Tupperware, but I wasn't ready to let these things go. But now, I mean, as you may have seen in a previous video, I had some of these canister things, different sizes, and I went ahead and let go of the 2 or 3 that I had upstairs in the kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and let go of these 2 because I don't think I'm going to use them. I haven't been using them for years, and I don't think I'm going to. Then I also have these little Tupperware plates, and I think I kept these in case we wanted to maybe use them for doing picnics or something, but we don't do that. If we go on a picnic, we usually just stop and pick something up. So I'm not going to use those, so I might as well let them go. I'm not using them. I'm not going to. The lid was on it, and inside it just had a bunch of lids, Tupperware lids, and I don't know what they're to. I'm not going to take the time to figure it out, but I'm not going to use the canister or the lids, so that also can go back in the box to go. This was for spaghetti. You could put pasta in here. And I did use this when I first got it because I thought that was a really good idea. But you know what? I'm not one of those people who takes stuff out and puts it into another container. I know a lot of people do, and that's great, but I just don't. And so I don't see any reason to keep hanging on to it. I've had it for, you know, since like the 80s or 90s or something, and I don't use it, so it can go. This is actually the lid to that brown canister, that big brown canister that you may remember from one of my previous videos upstairs, and I have an apron in it in the cabinet. That is what this is. This is like a cool puzzle though. Hey, look, I can handle that kind of a puzzle there. Hey. That was fun. I like doing puzzles. But anyway, I don't know if Tupperware still does this, but used to, if your lid broke or something broke, you could return it and they would replace it, or they would give you some sort of an equivalent product. But I really like that big canister without the lid. And so I don't want to turn it, I don't want to replace it. I'm not gonna turn this in. So instead of hanging onto it, just because I know that I could do that, because this broke many years ago. Instead of hanging onto this, this just needs to go. I don't need to keep that anymore. While this is really cool and would be a nice little box for something, I'm no longer keeping a nice little box for something that I'm probably never going to use. So that can go. And then this is a recipe box. Nothing in this one. And I probably won't put anything in it. And then also this one, well, I can't open it with one hand, but this one actually is full of index cards. So I'm going to keep this one right now because it has index cards in it, because I can use the index cards. And one other thing was in that box, and it was this cool little, I think this was a popcorn tin, one of those holiday popcorn tins. Probably somebody got us for Christmas one year. Yeah, see, popcorn. And it's very cool. I won't probably store anything in it, but it might make a really cool trash can. So I might keep that just for now. I like a bag or a tin can or something to be a trash can. I just think that's, you know, I like the prints on them. And I don't care if it's seasonal. That's fine. It's cute. So I think I'll hang on to that as well. I'm keeping those two things. I'm going to go ahead and toss that. And the rest of this, I will gift away. And now I can see a little better what is in this basket. Quite a few things. So I'm just gonna start by grabbing this bag, and we'll see what is in it. Well, out of this bag, I had some tissue paper. I'm not sure why that was in there, but I also had some office supply things that I will keep at least for the time being. I emptied out a couple of more bags, and these are kind of cute. Might put this in the stuff with the Christmas things, and maybe use that as a gift for somebody. And then I had a couple of these things that we can use for cleaning, and these gloves can go out in the garage with the work gloves. So all of this stuff I need to put away. I pulled a few more things out of that basket. This is one of those tote bags that you can, it folds up, you know, fairly compactly. And then this bag, this is from the Cracker Barrel. I had these little Easter plates and things, and you can see it still has the price tag on the back. I never did use them, and I don't think I'm going to, even though they are very pretty. If I keep any of them, it will be this one, because I like, it says, the joy you give to others is the joy that comes back to you. And I think that's kind of cute. So I may put that like as one of my little pretties somewhere and tuck it in a way so I'll see it from time to time. I also have this box. This one's empty. I don't remember if I decluttered that little bunny with the salt and pepper shaker carrots. I did have it upstairs in a cabinet, so I can look up there and see if it's still in there. but I don't need to keep the box. Well, this is going very quickly, so let's just keep at it. Well, this bag took a little bit longer because, well, first of all, there was a lot of packaging, receipts, and stuff like that. Just stuff that can go into the trash. And this, I think this was probably something I hung on to for making some little miniature projects, because I used to do that a lot. But I don't need it, and nobody else is going to want it, so that can go into the trash pile. And I had a few items that I don't need to keep, some little crafty things, some ribbon and stuff. I don't need to keep that. What I am keeping for now, these quilting needles and some quilting safety pins. But I also, there was some thread in there, and since I have pared down the fabric that I'm keeping for my projects, I was able to just go ahead and kind of match up which ones I wanted to keep and which ones I don't need to keep, because if they don't match those projects, I really don't need to hang on to them. So what I did was match the ones that were in this bag, but also in the couple of bags that I had already gone through and put back into the cabinet, because I didn't compare those against the fabric that I had kept. So now I've gone through all of that as well, and these are the ones that I am going to let go of, and the ones that I decided to keep, I put them in a Ziploc baggie and put them back into that cabinet. But while I was finding the thread that was in the cabinet, I also found in the other cabinet some fabric. So I can go ahead and let go of this fabric as well. Well, if you watch my channel, then you know that I am a little bit of a math nerd, so it's no surprise that I have a mathematics calendar. And yes, it's from 2011, but I'm keeping it. And I also have this MC Escher calendar. I love the way the art is in his stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to keep both of those. I'm going to take these upstairs and go through them and either toss them if they don't work or pass them along if they do. Don't need to keep them. We have plenty. I have a wallet and a little bag here. I'm going to go through those upstairs. I also have these few things. Those little sunglasses that you can attach to your glasses. This one is one of those little letter holder things. And one of those things you can put your pencils and things in. I'm not going to use any of that, so I'm just going to let all of that go. And that means that this basket is now emptied, and that little space over there is empty as well.
Isn't it funny how clutter is clingy, always sticking around? Toss it away and it's back the same day, waiting around to be found. You think you can beat it and never repeat it, but clutter has plans of its own. Except that it's staying. That's all that I'm saying, 'cause clutter won't leave you alone.
Now I'm going to clear this away and get ready for next time I come down here to declutter. And if you did any decluttering along with me today, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, happy decluttering. And I'm going to go ahead and get that out of here. And this trash bag, I've had it hanging there so I can just easily put trash in it. It's pretty full. Yeah, I don't think it can hold much more. You know, when we go through things and we remove it from the area as we go, sometimes we don't realize just how much stuff we have removed from our homes or from a space or a room. Well, I've already taken out the trash, and I've already put the recycle stuff where it goes and the shred stuff where it goes, and I've put things away. But this is all stuff that I'm going to gift away. I have 4 boxes of items that not only came out of that room, but this is just the stuff I'm going to be gifting away. Isn't that pretty awesome? So sometimes when we're going through our stuff, we don't realize just how much of an impact we're actually making. But this can kind of show me, you know, I actually did do pretty much a good job today, didn't I? Yeah, so let me know what you decluttered today, and let me know just how good a job you did, because I'm sure whatever you removed, it made a big impact on your home, just like this is going to make a big impact on mine. I went through the stuff that I brought up from the basement, and most of the papers are going to go into the recycle bin, and I had a few that are going to go into the shred bin. I also went through the cup and this little purse to see if there was anything in there that we needed to keep. The pins, most of them did work, but we don't need to keep them. We've got plenty of pins, so I'm going to let the pins go as well as the pencils, and I'm going to let the purse go. And all the stuff that was inside of it, there were some pins that didn't work and a bunch of other stuff. There were some keys. I am going to let hubby look at the keys to see if they go to anything that we currently have. And if not, though, we can go ahead and let those go. And I went through the wallet, and there actually wasn't anything in it. I don't need a billfold, so since this one is in really good shape, I'm going to go ahead and let that go. The only thing I am keeping is the cup. What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah. Oh, he needs mommy's lovage today. Yeah. Oh, look at my baby.